Hello, this is Sara, psychic medium, and this is your psychic insight predictions for the week of the 13th to the 19th of July 2020. Thank you, all of you, for tuning in right now, and thank you to all of you who have liked, shared, and subscribed. And if you enjoy this vlog, then you haven't already done so, then please do like, share, and subscribe. It really helps support the channel. And if you'd like a private reading at the end of this, then do go along to my website, www.saraperrypsychic.com. I have stopped the Super Saturday special, but there is an opportunity now to take advantage of a 12-month subscription, also weekly subscriptions, which are paid monthly or per week. And this will guarantee a price not going up, and if you do have a regular monthly reading, this could be a good option for you, so do check that out. So what have we got for this week? Now for the collective, I feel like things are starting to move forwards, but in some areas they are moving backwards. It feels like all the adjustments that are happening planetary wise and just in general with the world crisis is causing a little bit of mayhem right now. We've got airports opening, flights coming in, people rushing to the seaside, people rushing to the pubs, and in doing so, maybe forgetting the reason they were closed in the first place. And my guidance to you right now is to focus on yourself and your own well-being and what is good for you, because at least if you are safeguarding, then you are showing others how to do so. For one, you are leading by example, but also you are safeguarding yourself and helping the healing of the planet in general, and to help keep this situation in check. Now, I do see some sort of something building up again, and I am being given Korea. I know that has happened before. There has been outbreaks and lockdowns, and I do see an area of where I am in Spain locking down completely again. We've already, I think, around the Catalonia area has already happened, but I feel as almost like that comes out of lockdown, another one goes down again, and this will also happen in the UK and other areas. I'm getting France too, and for some reason I'm getting Luxembourg, but anyway, don't quote me, and Italy. So it seems like things are just flaring up, and then so they're opening up, locking down, and it's going to keep doing this for a little while. And I was given very, very clearly not so long ago when I was doing a little bit of channeling that the 6th of October will be an important and significant date. Now, I've always seen that we could get a second wave around October. And, you know, this isn't scientific. I'm not a scientist. This is my feeling, the messages that I'm getting through. It could be something else. That's what I'm being told, that it could be... they're saying it's unfinished business. It's almost like a revisit to get a reprieve. So let's hold on to that information and be wary. Now, whatever is given, whatever messages are brought up in readings, when I give personal readings or when I'm doing them online, they are there to give guidance, and Spirit shows us the possibilities. So if something comes up that is less positive, then you have an opportunity to change it. If something isn't mentioned, then generally it isn't important or relevant. So let go of worrying about it. One of the biggest messages I want to give today is to let go of concerning yourself with things that matter less, because with these retrogrades, it is bringing up a lot of emotion. And it is causing us all to feel slightly overwhelmed at times, and very, very up and down, and very, very fearful in some cases. And once those emotions take hold, then the brain gets very clouded and the reality seems to go out of the window. Now, with Mercury being retrograde before, as from the 12th, yesterday, although I'm recording this on the day it goes direct, you know, it has gone direct. Now, this means obviously communication's going to ease up, things are going to start becoming a little bit easier. But do remember, we're still in the shadow phase. And so things take a while to get back to normal. Mercury has to move back towards the sun. So it'll be like you can hear echoes of reality coming in, and then it gets louder and louder and louder, and then suddenly things will get settled again. Now, get things in place, get things in structure, you know, so you have a plan of action, but still remain flexible, because obviously what's going on in the world, everything's uncertain at the moment, but also, again, the planets are moving everything around, and I feel like the universe is moving the playing pieces around. So imagine you are a puzzle piece, okay, or a playing piece, and you were quite settled in your little square of happiness and safety and security. And then the universe, big hand, picks up you as a playing piece and moves you over somewhere else, to just see how that feels, how you're going to act, how you're going to deal with a situation. So look at any challenges in that way, from that perspective, that you're being shown new ways of dealing with things, or you're showing things that need to be addressed right now. So don't run away or avoid them or get wound up or start blaming yourself. Just look at why that would be given to you and what you have been putting out there. What wishes have you been manifesting? Because this will be key to you getting what you want. Okay? Sometimes we have to lose a few things or let go of a few things, maybe a few players or playing pieces, okay, to win in order to get where we want to be. Sometimes we have to lighten the load. And I feel like with all this emotional stress and worry of what's going to happen, that can overload our system, and then we forget what we were actually really going for. And the things that we wanted to achieve are getting put on the back burner because we're spending so much time stressing out. So do your best to focus on what is fact, what is real, what you can control of, and not what you are unable to control of. If somebody has been taken from your life or removed in some way, as in they've disappeared or they've just been started acting strangely, remember they are feeling these feelings too. You're not the only person in this. We're all going through this together. It doesn't matter what star sign you are. Okay, it doesn't matter when you were born, whether you're male or female. This is about us working together and realizing we're all part of the same system, and understanding that will actually help us move forwards. And then you'll understand other people better because they're probably doing exactly what you're doing anyway. So see other people as a mirror of yourself and a way to learn and move forwards. Now let's look at the cards. What we've got. We've got Revolution as a sand card, and it says upheaval brings the release of a new perspective. So this is backing up what I'm saying, that sometimes we have to lose to gain. Sometimes things have to be released. If you're holding on to too much stuff inside you, there isn't any more room to add. Okay, if you are collecting and holding on and hoarding stuff in your wardrobes, in your drawers, in your house, you're holding on to money, then where can it go? How can the flow happen? Where will you find space to hang anything new? If you're sort of sitting there thinking, well, I just want new stuff and I'm just really fed up with not having anything good in my life, but I'm not letting go of this because what if I don't get it, Well, if you're not letting go, then you're not making room. So think about something that you want right now and something that may need to be adjusted. What I do see is a kind of revolution in itself happening, and this is coming as a message from Spirit for the whole. I'm seeing a battle across ground, maybe another protest of some kind this week. I do keep getting Thursday and Friday. I'm getting sort of afternoon or between 2 and 4 o'clock, something coming up, and it feels like something that has been organised for a while in a very small space, but with a small amount of people, and they want to bring a surprise reaction. They want to have the element of surprise. So this could be something that just suddenly comes up this week and hasn't been pre-organised. So with a lot of protests that's been happening, we have known when it was going to happen. Whereas with this, I feel like it's just coming from nowhere. And this could be the energy of Uranus going retrograde as well. And that is sort of, the feeling of people really not wanting to be restricted and wanting to break free. So that's something I'm seeing. So it feels like it's a release in itself in some way, and it will point the finger at somebody, and I've got a red cross. Okay, why are they showing me a red cross? The Red Cross is a charity. It's to do with health, obviously, and healing. So anyway, that's what I'm being given, a red cross. Maybe it's a Red Cross plus a stop, an alert of some kind. But that's what I'm seeing, this kind of upheaval happening. Now, in love this week, we've got Flying Heart, which is saying rise above everything. Now, I've been telling people a lot this week is to rise above the storm. There is a storm, a continual one going on with people, with action taken, again, with all the uncertain emotions rising around. You can be part of that storm, or you can fly and grow some wings and go above it. So whenever you start feeling down, be aware of what is going through your head. Stop yourself, count to 10, breathe in, and then breathe out, clearing your mind and say, okay, where is this coming from? What can I do about this? Is this real? Is this coming from somebody else? And just have a little conversation with yourself. You don't have to do it on the street. Just do it, just get yourself back on track and clear your head, and then rise above it. Do your best not to get involved with other people's dramas this week. Just stay away from it. There is this sense of, and I'm getting the Sagittarius energy of this childlike energy of almost wanting to rush in. Okay, now Sagittarians to me are very playful characters. They're very adventurous. They want to run to the rainbows. They're always looking for something bigger, something more exciting, which can be a good thing. It can go against them in some times because of a commitment. But what I feel is this sort of playful energy coming in, this sense of wanting to do more, wanting to expand, wanting to get on. And in order to do so, you need to rise above these other situations. And again, let the load become lighter. Let go of all the things that you're holding on to, and then you will just fly higher. And I feel because this is relationships and love, you could find that people want to battle you. They want to test you. Some people are feeling a bit moody still. But instead of having the argument, again, breathe and rise above it and deal with it in a new way, because this will give you a whole new perspective, and rising above it will allow you to see the whole picture and not just your own. Sometimes people get angry or they want to have an argument because they're unhappy themselves, and they're targeting you because you are the safe bet, because you are the one that loves them. Okay, it's not always about, it's your fault and they're angry and hurtful to you. When people get angry, this passion, this feeling, if somebody wasn't angry, if somebody was just ignoring you or just didn't bother, that to me says there's no real feeling. Someone doesn't care that much. So rise above the situation, have a look around and deal with, anything to do with the heart, anything to do with relationships. Again, if someone's not calling or getting in contact, or someone's just gone off in a little hole somewhere, just let it go. Just think, okay, well, maybe it's not for me. Maybe I'm being shown that this is what reality would be like long term with this person, and actually I'm better off without them. So the lower deck, we've got the oracle cards, which are based on my oracle cubes, and we've got the star, the football, which is about goals, and we've got the brain. And I'm getting a clear message with this. It's like, keep the brain in check. Keep checking out your thoughts. Keep mentally on top of things. I think there's going to be more focus this week to get on with stuff. I think people are going to be clearer headed, and that's to do with the Mercury going direct again. It's almost like machines are going to start whirring up, and things are going to start working a little bit better. The flow will be a bit easier, and you'll be able to concentrate a little bit better as well, because I'm getting all the noise starting to disappear. A goal and a star is showing that we have got opportunities this week to go towards what we want and to achieve a few things. Make sure that when you achieve something that you tick it off on your list and give yourself a good pat on the back and say thank you to the universe. And I'm being shown the number 1111, and which is to do with the angel numbers. Be aware of what is coming up. They're saying the clock is ticking, but the clock represents numbers. Numbers represent signs, and the signs that the numbers give you will give you the information that you're asking for and will give you clarity. Now, I do numerology, and I'm not looking at any particular numbers as such right now, but I feel that if you want to, then you could always have a reading with me, a numerological look at things, because I feel that numbers are very, very exact in many ways, especially because of your date of birth and numbers on doors and phone numbers, everything like that, and we can choose them and we can turn things around with numerology energy. But what I'm saying to you is, if you do see, if something stands out to you in a number this week, you said you keep seeing the same number or you see the double numbers, then do look them up and check out think about the situation you're in and what that message might be, because it feels like that is how Spirit wants to get through for many of you this week. Now, we have 3 cards at the top. Oh, hang on, we've got the star as well. The star here is showing and representing your wishes coming true. Okay, so that's linked to the goal. It's like the goal ahead. Things are happening, even if you feel that there's upheaval, because we've got the revolution and it may not seem as clear right now. So rise above it, keep focusing on your goal and keep your mind strong, okay? Keep focused on what you want. Keep those words in your head. I am able. affordable, I can afford it, I can have whatever I want, that kind of thing. Now we've got 3 cards at the top here, tarot cards. These are the vice versa cards. We have the 9 of Wands, the 8 of Pentacles, and the Star card. Sorry, I just had to double check that. So we've got the Star again, but we've got the Star and the Knight at the end. Well, actually, no, that is there's 2 sides to this, but this says to me that things are happening. The stars are shining on you. Just keep doing, keep mixing and blending, keep being creative. There's a kind of pterodactyl or prehistoric creature at the back flying away, which shows to me that this is taking, this is almost like been destined for you. This is when time began, that things are starting to materialize, that we are connecting with past lives right now and our true destinies, and that we can now mix and blend the past and the future, and we can connect. I just feel like this is a real card this week to show that if you rise above things and you fly above things, you can really connect with your higher selves, and again from these past lives, and you can interconnect everything. Now the 8 of Pentacles is showing somebody actually achieving. He's achieved his goal. That he's got all the pentacles in the tree, they're all there, they're all growing, and he's making something new. And I feel like he's got something complete. The plan is complete. You may find that you achieve something this week and you're ready to add to the plan, or that you have a new idea that you'd like to work on. And I feel like that you will be, again, working on a new idea. This could be that you're starting to connect new energies, and you're really, really in your flow, because it's, again, we've got the brain here and goals and everything, what you wish for. I feel that this is a wonderful week to really focus on those things. Whatever else is going on, whatever release is happening in the world, just keep doing what you're doing, because it will pay off. Now, the 9 of Wands is, I feel like there's a sense of protection. It's like this guy here, he's holding his wand there, and he's sort of ready, he's actually got his helmet off now. And I think he's been for a battle and he's succeeded. But he's still sort of ready. And he's watching those other ones thinking, I've got you in the ground now, and I've got you where I want you to be, but I'm just going to keep my eye on it, just in case, something else comes at me. He's sort of preparing, but he's come to the end of something as well. And so there could be a sense of, I don't know, the end of a struggle and the feeling of exhaustion that comes in. That's what I'm getting here. But still having your protection up around you, still being aware of what could come back to bite you, and being aware of the pain of the past, but using that, because like when you look at the star and you've got this pterodactyl type thing, it's like using that past energy and making it now something exciting and something new. So my message here is that whatever pain you're feeling, or whatever things, wherever you end up placed, or suddenly you're repositioned this week, or there's some kind of upheaval, look at how that affects you, on a grander scale, and use it to your advantage. If something is held up, then use the time to do something else, to work on your progress. Don't look at a delay as saying it's not going to happen. Just because in your head you believed that was going to work out and that was the way it was going to be. The universe has other plans for you, and maybe something needs to be perfected, or maybe you have to add something to what you were doing, re-perfect the business plan a little bit. Maybe the timing just isn't right because the other people in the picture aren't ready. And be prepared, use the knowledge that you have of your pain in a way, or your struggles that you've had, that use them for your own strength, that you are prepared for, other people's negativities or projections, but you're not allowing it to deter you from what you want, because that's why you need to keep mentally strong and rise above it. It's one of those things, if you keep entering into the battle, you're going to keep fighting. If you are aware of it and you know what you've achieved and you're aware of your pain and what that meant, but at the same time, it's giving you strength, and now you are protected because actually you have more know-how, then you are going to be able to just, again, you're rising above it. You're not entering or investing into that struggle anymore. And so many of us, because we've had the struggle, want to keep struggling because it's what we know, because it feels safer. And Spirit is saying that, you know what, you can change that now, because your mindset is all important. You know, the brain is saying, and you're mentally focused on what you can achieve and what is possible, then you're not going to keep fighting. And those little wands that are sitting there aren't going to sort of be resurrected and come to life, because you've put them where they need to be, and you've already achieved so much, because that tree is growing and it's actually becoming fruitful. And now you've got time, you know, you're being given the opportunity to add even more to that and become better and use that past to your gain. So this is a really, really fruitful week. I feel it could be a very expansive week for you. It could be a very knowledgeable week. So watch where you invest your loyalties, where you invest your energy. And if somebody is depleting or in scarcity or is just negative or just, you know, is pulling you down or draining you, step away from it. You have a choice. And just keep your mind focused on what you're doing, because it's not your responsibility to save everybody. So if you'd like a private reading with me, then do come to my website, www.saraperrypsychic.com. I'd love to hear from you, and I will speak to you very soon. Bye for now.